The last couple of days I've discussed the Dow transport, so I thought I would just look at a very long-term picture and discuss how one really thinks about counting. So this one's a little bit about theory. You're seeing that the entire period from 1999 into 2002 has a triangular shape. Now, typically triangles would occur in wave 4 or B of a setup, and being a longer term chart, the chances are that it more fits that requirement. And so the easiest thing to do is to mark that as a fourth wave. Then you see that it continues to a new high all the way into 2006-7. Now the first thought would be that that was a fifth wave, and whatever happens after that should be corrective, marked as either WX or AB. But you also notice that the sell-off bottomed right in the same price range as the previous fourth wave, and that is also something which happens in fourth wave corrections, that they go back to the fourth wave of lower degree. Theoretically, it would not be wrong to consider that the correction in the transports seen in 2007-8 is also a fourth wave, and since it's made one more new high into 2013, this new high might be part of an expanding triangle in the fifth wave, and fifth waves do often see triangular patterns, uh, just like we saw in the fifth wave of the third year. Now we are seeing this entire structure here appear as an expanding triangle, and why can't it be the final fifth wave before you actually start a trend down? And probably that's why it continued into making one more new high. Now we will not really have the perfect answer to what I'm discussing till the next leg down is actually formed, but one thing is clear, that the entire rally here, which I'm marking as 5, is corrective, whether you take it as B, X, and because it looked triangular, and made a new high, I just thought that theoretically it can also be marked as 5, and we will know in future whether that's the right that was the right count. But what it also indicates, whether you mark it as X or 5, it's somewhere we are at the end of the fifth wave of this triangle. Whether it stretches and tries to touch this upper trend line or not is again to be seen, and something that we'll figure out in the short term. Like I would probably show in a much shorter time frame that it's attempting to reverse. So let's look at the very short term. A couple of days back I spoke out about it breaking a key trend line. It's already formed an HNS yesterday and broken down from that. So if this was the final fifth leg of the rally since November, then it's already broken this rising trend line, and furthermore the trend line from the previous low is just about to break. So it's just in fact, yes, it's just closed right below that line too. So we've broken these key levels, and it looks like you started making lower tops and bottoms in the short term. The transports itself might have completed its fifth wave of the rally in November, and might have started heading down. And with that, let me move on to what interests us all, the Nifty chart, and this is the hourly chart. So now I'm from a very long time frame study, I'm going to a very short term study. I've been looking for a counter trend 3-wave development, and yesterday I discussed that if that 3 wave is a larger expanded flat, then the recent rally would be an impulse. Now let's see where we are. I'm showing you that after the ending diagonal that we made close to 5609, we've actually moved up in what looks like a 5-wave advance into yesterday's high. If that is true, we'll probably see if that can further extend. Extensions would be only if it goes above the high, which is 5754, and that could either be wave A or 1 of what is forming. If it's so you'll get a wave 2 or B correction, which can either pull back to the averages close to 5700 or retrace 61% of the entire rise close to 5661 down here. That's usually the extreme point where wave B's would usually find support to start the third wave on the way up towards 5900. So in the very short term, it's possible we see a wave 2 or B correction down to 5700 to 5660 before we see wave 3 or C heading higher.